Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about an unbelievable DLC concept and theme that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. And I know it's something that recently the community's talking about, and I know for a long time this has been something that has been very much requested in Grand Theft Auto Online, and that is some sort of a biker-themed DLC or a biker update in Grand Theft Auto Online. So recently a user, Bansheed Breed, he put out a really cool video. It's called Bikers Unite. And it's essentially his idea for what a biker-themed DLC in GTA Online should be. And it features a bunch of cool things that I think I want to talk about in this video. But he's also got like a petition that you can sign if you want to like get the biker DLC going. I'll leave both his video and the petition in the description. So if you want to support it, you totally can. And I am in agreement with him. I think that a biker slash motorcycle slash chopper styled update has been something that not only has been long requested ever since the GTA 4 DLC, The Lost and the Damned, that was essentially all about motorcycles, but there really hasn't been a good DLC that's centered around that theme in Grand Theft Auto 5 or in GTA Online. And we're approaching 3 years and we've really seen nothing along those lines. So I am in agreement with him that something like that needs to happen. So in his video, he brings up the point that almost every other type of gang has gotten some sort of DLC that fits their theme and their clothing. So whether you're a part of a military gang, you've obviously gotten the flight school update, you've gotten the heist update that's provided clothing for you. Whether you're in a mobster or an old school gang, you've got the executives and other criminals and Valentine's Day theme that has provided clothing for you. And even the more modern urban gangs, we've recently seen all the new lowriders content really provide for them. However, there really has been nothing for a biker style DLC. And there's some really cool things that he's brought up that need, of course, in my opinion, to be added into the game. So the first of which he mentions is obviously new bikes. Now, I think this DLC could be very achievable by Rockstar because a lot of the bikes, they only have to look back a few short years to The Lost and the Damned. That DLC brought a ton of choppers and cruisers into the game, some of which we see in-game, like the Demon, but there's also a few others that I think would be awesome, like the Diabolus, the Lycan, the Nightblade, the Revenant, the Wayfarer, the Wolf's Bane. There's so many awesome vehicles and choppers that could be brought into the game that would be so cool to be featured in an update. And like I said, Rockstar really wouldn't have to go back too far in creating new vehicles. They could just simply update and upgrade the ones from the Lost and the Damned, which I think would be really, really cool. Now, in addition to that, there needs to be better customization for those bikes in the Los Santos custom shop. I mean, many of the bikes that you see in game right now, the only thing you can do is either change the paint color or change the wheels. There's only 1 or 2 bikes in the game that really offer unique customization in terms of what you can add and what you can remove. Now, in addition, I think there needs to be some sort of customization shop specifically for bikes. So we know that Benny's is kind of for lowriders, muscle cars, sports classics. I guess recently, though, race cars have been added into Benny's. I think it would be really cool if there was a bike shop that was specific for bikes, and you would be able to do very similar things you do in Benny's, like upgrading the bikes, putting different liveries. But I think it would be cool if there were some special motorcycle only features, whether it was changing out the saddlebags or whether it was adding different style handlebars or different lighting fixtures that could only be applied to the motorcycles themselves. I think that would be pretty awesome. So as far as vehicles go, those would probably be the 3 biggest things. Adding new bikes, adding more customization to those bikes, and then best case scenario, adding a customization shop for those bikes that you could only take in, and you could really turn into some sweet choppers and some awesome cruisers. Now, another thing Bansheed Breed's video mentions is the lack of motorcycle style clothing. And he's right, there really isn't a ton of motorcycle style clothing in the game. However, luckily for Rockstar, it seems as if they've given the motorcycle style clothing to all the NPCs in game, meaning they wouldn't have to do a ton of work to add this cool clothing into the game. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this by now, and I'll have some images on the screen, that a lot of the NPCs have some of the coolest biker clothing in game. And it doesn't just stop at clothing. Haircuts, accessories, helmets, things that they can put on their face like tattoos, piercings, accessories. It seems as if in the biker community, the NPCs got the best stuff. and us, the players, got left out on everything. So more worn out jackets, more like baggy biker pants. Obviously, you could have biker boots with studs, a formal biker helmets. Some of the helmets we have in game don't really apply to what bikers actually wear. Again, more like facial tattoos that could be pretty crazy. I would even say like more tattered and ripped up clothing, I guess more applicable for bikers and their kind of lifestyle. Jean jackets and obviously leather jackets, sleeveless jackets. There's a bunch of things you could do as far as biker style clothing that could be really awesome. You could even add a biker only clothing store if that's something that, you really wanted to have and get done. So I think that's another big thing that needs to be added: clothing, tattoos, accessories, jackets, just everything and anything you can have for the bikers we need to add into the game. Like I said, there's been so many updates for so many other types of clothing, whether it's high-end or military or old school gangster or lowrider. There really just hasn't been anything for bikers, and I think that does need to change. Now, another thing I think would be pretty cool, and the video kind of touched on it, but I want to go into it in a little bit more detail. Probably the coolest part about the Lost in the Dam DLC from Grand Theft Auto 4 was the safe house style place where you could live. It was essentially where all the bikers got together. It was like a hybrid bar, hybrid club, hybrid place to live. It was kind of like a 3-in-1, and there really isn't anything like that in Grand Theft Auto 5. However, there is, I guess, a lot of places in the game where something like that could work. In fact, I know there's like a little Lost MC hangout area. You've obviously got their trailer park circle area up near Sandy Shores. But I'll show you guys some images on the screen right now. These are just mods of, like, I guess, a biker clubhouse that was created in game. And this is sort of the thing I'm talking about. A clubhouse or a hangout where you can just go. There'd be bikers everywhere, places to park your motorcycle. I ultimately think some place like this would be super cool. And this kind of goes back to my point where I talked about the Blaine County DLC. If you want to get more people outside of the city and more up north into Sandy Shores and Paleto Bay and Blaine County, you need to add things like this into the game that make it worthwhile to actually go up north and to actually explore. Otherwise, there's going to be no purpose and no point to ultimately go up there and come up. And I think this is where the motorcycle community would thrive, kind of inside the city, but also outside the city as well, where they're able to cruise and just chill out in their safe houses. Now, another reason I think a biker DLC is kind of needed is because in Grand Theft Auto 5, the bikers are for the most part slightly disrespected. I mean, in game, we literally see Trevor curb stomp Johnny Klebitz, the last really prevalent remaining biker from the Lost MC. So that's kind of interesting. They just like completely wipe him out. And then even in game in Grand Theft Auto 5 and in Grand Theft Auto Online, the Lost MCs are the bad guys that you're fighting the entire game. So whether it's a contact mission, whether it's a part of a heist, whether it's in single player, Trevor, he's constantly killing the Lost MC bikers. So they're like the whole game, they're just killed, they're shot, they're destroyed. And it is kind of a shame if you are a big fan of the bikers to see like the entire time in GTA 5 and in Grand Theft Auto Online, you're pretty much just shooting down your own people. So I personally think it is time to move on from the theme of just upgrading cars and Benny's Original Motorworks. And I really do think that a biker style DLC that includes all new bikes, crazy new amounts of clothing, biker gang clubhouses, and safe houses would be pretty awesome, especially if they added some new accessories and new features and I guess new functions in Grand Theft Auto Online to go along with it. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. What do you think of sort of a biker style DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online? Do you think it's overdue? Do you think it needs to be added in the game? Let me know in the comment section right now. I'll also be sure to include the Bikers Unite video as well as the petition. So if you want to sign that, you totally can. Also, if you did go on to enjoy this video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.